Now we're going to be doing the Criterion Collection Blu-ray unboxing catch-ups. Once again, these are non-unboxings. Now, these 6 are the ones that I have purchased during the month of September. So, yeah, that's right, I have 6, and I will tell you that the subject for some of these, basically it's almost like the subject of directorial debuts and films that are so crazy that I do enjoy. And I'm going to kind of go this a bit quicker than usual because of my timing things, and it's like around already 5 in the evening over here. So, I'm going to begin this up with Spy number 450 from 1996, Bottle Rocket, Wes Anderson's directorial debut that was based on his 1994 short of the same name that stars Owen and Luke Wilson, and it also features Robert Musgrove. And this is, of course, the story about... it's been a while since I've seen the movie, so just keep your heads up on that. But if you have seen it, you might know what it is. Nothing really that special except for the 75-year planning of this booklet, which does actually kind of, at the end, they do give you a good view of what is the hotel room. Now, the hotel is probably one of the most significant locations when it comes to the movie. And it's basically like a heist somewhat movie. It's not really much of a heist except for the final act of the movie. But this is basically about, like two, are they like brothers? I don't think they're not brothers, but they're in the movie. Well, they are in real life, but not in the movie because they don't have last names. But, yeah. Now, unfortunately, when this came out, it was a massive box office bomb. It only got $560,000 worldwide on a $5 million budget. And, yeah, it is very significant that it bombed so badly on its debut, but now it's been considered a cult phenomenon. Even Martin Scorsese considered it one of the best. I'm correct, that was, I believe, it was Scorsese that I do have it, because I believe it is said so in this booklet, unless if I'm wrong, but... it is Scorsese, because he put it in his, in one of his top 10 favorite movies of the 1990s. Now, the thing is, actually, during the month of September, I was, of course, still watching, like, some of the potential, like, normally when I do these, I go, like, movies that, like, if they have a recognizable director that could be, like, almost, like, considered, like, Oscar bait, to be precise, or could have made sense back then, but it makes sense, like, now, but I have seen all of Wes Anderson's movies, and very ironically, my top 5 are going to be the ones that I will be getting. I won't be getting Rushmore. Because honestly, I know a lot of people do like Rushmore, but honestly, it just, like, I barely remember as much. Now, if you want to know my personal ranking, I did a tweet of it after I saw Rushmore, but I will say it might have changed a little bit of the rankings. Like, number 8 would still be The Darjeeling Limited, because I really was not a fan of that movie. No, it would go 9, because Darjeeling Limited would be number 9, 8, Fantastic Mr. Fox, 7 will be Rushmore, 6 is Isle of Dogs, which that has not been in the collection yet, either in the lineup yet, but I'm not planning to get it on Blu-ray anyways. 5 is Moonrise Kingdom, 4 is The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, 3 is The Royal Tenenbaums, 2 is Bottle Rocket, and still, The Grand Budapest Hotel, my first Criterion Blu-ray I purchased, or specifically the first I unboxed, is still, I think, the best Wes Anderson movie, and it was still my first Wes Anderson film, to be precise. And also, by the way, Inez, I will have to admit, I am kind of, even though I'm a bit young, but I am a bit, like, this is kind of like a theme for some of the movies. I think this, and I believe one of the others, that I'm jealous that I'm not specifically that character. Like, I'm kind of jealous that I'm not Anthony. Like, although I would have been much older, but you get the idea. If I was Anthony, I was kind of jealous, because Inez, oh my gosh. And it's very ironic that it's, like, Lumi Cavazos's only big major American role, because she ever got in a motion picture, so It is kind of a shame, and also the hotel is so iconic as a great filming location. Even Adam the Woo went to the hotel in one of his daily Woo vlogs. So, yeah, I will only right now have 5 Wes Anderson movies, which are my top 5 personal favorites that are in the Criterion Collection. One of them is his directorial debut. Next, we have another directorial debut, and this is Spy Number 551 from 1993, Cronos, Guillermo del Toro's directorial debut. Now, this is not surprising because I have got Pan's Labyrinth and The Devil's Backbone. It makes sense to finally complete the trilogy here with Cronos. So, very ironically, I know there was the big Blu-ray set they did, but that was out of stock. But honestly, I think it would be better just not get that. It was never in plan to get that Blu-ray set if it goes back in stock, because I think it's better to own them individually instead of one big set. Because you do get the booklets for these. Like I said, I have not, this is another one of these movies I have not seen in a while, but it is very ironic because out of all the 3 in the trilogy, it does have a mix of some Spanish and English in it. Of course, Federico Lupi is the main character, but you do have some English people here as well, which includes Ron Perlman and Claudio Brook, who's a Mexican actor that actually, I think, only speaks English in the film. And not to mention that this is just a horror movie, but this is a vampire movie, to be precise. And it is a little bit disturbing. I would think more so than The Devil's Backbone, because, oh my gosh. Jeez. There is one scene in particular that, oh my gosh, it was so disgusting. But it is supposed to be a vampire movie. You know, vampires, the only thing they can have is, blood. They can drink or eat his blood. Well, it was the New Year's party. And Jesus, who is the grandfather, who is the owner of the antique shop, who is the main character of the movie, who ends up almost turning into a vampire. I didn't get that. I know that might be a bit of a spoiler, but it is a vampire movie, so. Somebody, I believe, had a nosebleed, if I'm correct. He was at the bathroom, and there was a lot of blood on the floor, and he decides to lick the blood off the floor. And that's when, of course, Ron Perlman comes in and attacks him. But, oh man, that is just one of the most gross out scenes I have ever seen in a live action movie. I know that's odd because there is a lot of things, but keep in mind, horror is not really my thing, but Del Toro at least makes sure to give horror done right. Next up is probably my favorite one of the purchase of the month of September, and this is Spy Number 336. This is a huge fan favorite from Richard Linklater, Dazed and Confused. I don't think this was not surprising that I would end up getting this. I do have the Before trilogy. I actually did saw Slacker, one of his first films, and honestly, I had no idea what that movie was all about. I honestly do not get Slacker at all. But Dazed and Confused, a very interesting thing. Normally, when it comes to movies, there is a lot of times there would be a movie that I like, but the more that I think about it, the more I dislike it. Case in point, Avengers Endgame. Or even movies that I really didn't like, but the more I think about it, the more I dislike it, like Cold War, to be precise. But this is a very interesting one with Dazed and Confused. I just love that you can... I couldn't resist. But it was a movie I didn't like when I first watched it, but the more I thought about it with all the scenes it is, the more I liked it. Yeah, there's barely a plot in this movie, but it's supposed to be that way, because it's supposed to be a crazy late 70s, end of the school year, beginning of summer vacation of the relationship between the juniors, now seniors, and the 8th graders, now freshmen. And yeah, this is, of course, a big, massive cast, but this is, of course, a notable film that has Ben Affleck and Matthew McConaughey, which, of course, that movie got him his iconic catchphrase, alright, alright, alright. He is in this movie before they became big and well-known, especially McConaughey and Affleck becoming Oscar winners. McConaughey for acting, and Affleck for writing and producing. So yeah, if I would say who is probably my favorite character, it would definitely be one of the leads, who is Mitch Kramer, and very unique because of course he's like, I think everyone else who's like experiencing like high school for the first time, or even college for the first time, to be precise, and trying to get in relationship with the upperclassmen, whether it be like the seniors or even Julie, Mitch's like the sophomore that Mitch falls in love with. It is like one of the best quick romance plots ever, because I don't know, it's just the way that her character looks. It's just making me joke. It's like, why am I not that high school freshman? Like, that is very ironic. And the best thing about when it comes to this Blu-ray, to be precise, of this movie, you get this poster. I mean, yeah, Grand Budapest Hotel has more like a poster like this, but you get like a car and a lot of the faces of the characters. I thought you'd like, I know you got a poster, but I thought it was just the logo, not like this, unless if I'm mistaken. But my gosh, yeah. So I don't think I got this right, but with all that said, I think this is probably my favorite, one of my favorite Blu-rays that I purchased this year. Very unique, a big massive booklet by all means, but I am so excited to have this in my collection. Now, these next three I'm going to do kind of a little bit quick because I have something else to do immediately right after this, so I'll just get these out of the way quick, kind of like one of my previous ones. This is Spy number 638 from 1999, which is following Christopher Nolan's directorial debut. I would give my little bit of thoughts about this. Obviously, it's really, really short by all means, and the black and white aspect, I have seen Nolan's previous film, Dunkirk, and I kind of get his style when I first saw Dunkirk, and going to his first film, very unique, I must say. I know many Nolan fans are going to ask me, have you seen the Dark Knight trilogy, Inception, Interstellar, or Tenet? I'll be honest, I have not, but I might promise I will probably do that whenever I can, but I have, at the moment right now, in a little bit of a rush, because the next one is actually Spy number 1007 from 1991, from Wim Wenders, Until the End of the World, which may you not guys know, one of the longest movies ever. I mean, at 287 minutes, in a 2-act structure. Yeah, that's right, 2-act structures like these. Yeah, you could do these. And I love how, once again, another Wim Wenders Criterion Blu-ray that has the plastic ones instead of the ones that are like the Silence of the Lambs one. And pretty long, but I would give my thoughts a little bit more about this, but I have to do something real quick, so just keep your heads up on that. And finally, just for this quick round, Spy number 175 from 1998 by Terry Gilliam, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Yes, a crazy Terry, the crazy Terry Gilliam film starring Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro. A movie that is so weird that I do like it. Like Dazed and Confused. Like, there's barely a plot. It's so stupid, but it's fun. And that's what I do like it. Unfortunately, I have seen The Fisher King, and I know a lot of people love it, but honestly, I really am not a fan of. I think it's a bit overrated, but I would say that it is this one. I think it's crazy. Yeah, of course it was bombed and it was mixed by critics when it came out, but it turned into a cult phenomenon. Well, a cult hit, I meant. And I do agree, it's very crazy, especially like the cover and even the what you get inside the menu. So it is crazy, I will say that. So with that being said, I know it's a bit quick for the last act, but I have something else to do. So there will be one more Criterion Blu-ray catch-up video, and then hopefully you'll get one legit unboxing, hopefully by next week or something like that. I don't know, but expect the next catch-up video next.